Meet cuteness incarnate. Barely 5 inches long from head to tail tip, the brown creeper is dwarfed by any house sparrow or white-throated sparrow, and almost half of that 5 inches is just tail feathers. If it weren't for that outsized bill and long tail, it'd just be a hiccup covered in tree bark. So given how diminutive the bird is and how well camouflaged, about the only way you're going to get a good look at one is to smear bark butter on a tree. If the bird's in the neighborhood, it'll show up to eat bark butter. These miniature bug hunters putt-putt through life, lurching like someone learning to drive a stick shift. Their jittery moves remind me of the way water striders jerk around on the surface of a creek. But spasmodic though their gait is, they're able to do what most other birds can't: walk on vertical tree trunks. Woodpeckers can do it, as long as they face upward, no matter which direction they're going. But the only other songbirds that make it a habit are the nuthatches, which generally prefer to walk down tree trunks. The brown creeper is the nuthatch's counterpart in that it hops upward. Not that it can't go downward, either backing down like a woodpecker or going headfirst like a nuthatch. But down is definitely a departure from its daily drill. What it usually does is start at the base of a tree and hitch its way up, often in a spiral. Then it drops to the base of another tree and does it again. The bird needs to move upward because its scythe-like bill probes downward into the furrows in tree bark, searching for insects and larvae. As it happens, he's eating bark butter here, but it's the same way he'd go about getting bugs. He doesn't go to the canopy of the tree, looking for ants, grubs, spiders, whatever, because all the tiny branches up there get in his way. And besides, lower is where the furrows are deepest and the bugs more plentiful. Whatever he finds with his bill, he spears with his long, pointed tongue. The bark butter enables me to predict where the bird will be and get you close-up footage of that fleshy dagger. But of course, eating bark butter doesn't require him to stab anything, so you'll just have to imagine that stiletto spearing a spider. And jeepers creepers, would you look at those peepers? Like many birds, he's got one more eyelid than you do. That clear membrane lets him see as the eye is being washed and cleared of debris. These birds go upward partly, as I mentioned, because of their down-curved bill, but they have another reason for it. Their legs and feet dictate that they do. Their legs, anchored by size 20 feet, stick straight out to the side, making them look like outrigger canoes. The creeper can't exactly walk because it's doing the splits. Best it can do is bounce upward, letting its long, spidery toes and claws hook over pieces of bark at every point, and bracing itself with its stiff, spine-tipped tail. The king-sized hind claws aid the tail in bracing the bird, and its short legs let this tiny tree hugger snug its body right up near the trunk for more stability. Pretty impressive, don't you think, that it can hop upward so quickly when it's basically climbing El Capitan? And as far as I can tell, he doesn't watch where his feet are grabbing. They just somehow succeed at finding him footholds. On the run. That form of locomotion works for the bird, but it does mean he can't skitter off in every direction at once like an ant. All the creeper can do is hitch up a tree, looking like a fragment of detached bark defying gravity,